Hey guys, 36-week update. I'm going to try to blow through this really quickly because you just saw an update from me a couple days ago for 35 weeks, but today is Friday, May 1st, which means I am having a baby this month. So crazy. Lots to say, but I just want to kind of, like I said, I just want to blow through this. So, just gonna get started. My appointment was today for my 36 weeks. I was just supposed to go have an ultrasound to confirm that he was head down. Normal pregnancies, he doesn't even do an ultrasound really at this point, like, unless there's some other reason that's concerning him. But we went in to do that, confirm that the baby is head down and, not super engaged, but his head is in my pelvis, so that's a good sign. I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's not really engaged, but he's not engaged. I don't know. So the ultrasound usually take just a few minutes, and I noticed it was kind of taking longer, and we were chatting, and so it didn't really dawn on me how long it was, but pretty soon a half hour had passed, and I found out that he was practice breathing, which is great, but he wasn't doing it consistently enough for them to pass me on it, I guess. They have like the scoring that they do. And so they didn't pass me on that. And then my amniotic fluid was on the lower side of normal. 11 to something is what they consider like an appropriate amount of amniotic fluid. And I had just over 11, so I was on the lower side of normal. Nothing that really made them freak out, but just sort of something that they noted. So I'm just going to be trying to chug some water and get that up a little bit to make everybody happy and less nervous. They told the doctor when they called me back, they took my blood pressure, which was fine. They had me pee in a cup, and they were like, oh, okay, we're going to have you do an ST now. And I was like, okay. So I've done NSTs before with twins. They're pretty boring. If you haven't had one, they hook up two monitors, basically like when you're in labor, and one on your belly that measures the heartbeat and one that measures contractions, and they just look for movement and the heartbeat being good and all that. And it's usually in like 20 or 30 minutes that they judge that. So I was in there for a while, and they came in and they asked me if I had been feeling baby move. And I asked them if they meant like right then or just in general, because he's crazy. All the time he's crazy, but at that moment he wasn't really moving. And so I've never seen one of these, but it had this little like vibrating wand thing that they like put on my belly, and it was weird because it didn't feel that intense to me. I could just feel like a little bit of vibration, but he did not like it because all of a sudden he was like kicking and moving and rolling and so but I had to sit again through like kind of like a second NST to make sure he was getting all the movements in, even though everything else was fine. So no contractions that they picked up, or at least that they told me about. Movement's fine, heartbeat was fine. My appointment started at 10:30, and by this time it was like 12. And so I went into the doctor's office, and my appointment time had passed, so they'd had other people in since then, so I was kind of like now being put in between other appointments. And they had me undressed from the waist down. They did my strep B test, swab, which I'm sure will be fine. I've passed it the other 2 times. And then checked me for dilation. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much I hate that. My uterus is tilted, which means my cervix is pretty far back, like all through labor until I'm basically like at a 10. And so first the doctor has to like jam his hand into me to even reach my cervix, but it's just not comfortable, like, ugh. Anyways, I am dilated, like, just a little over a 1, so that's, I mean, like, I'm okay. I would have liked him to be like, oh, you're a 3, because then I know at least, at least I'm what I need to be in order to be induced if it came to that or whatever, or have my membrane sweep, but I still have like 2 more weeks to get those final 2 centimeters if I want to have a sweep done or anything like that, so not too worried, but yeah. Anyways, I went up to meet with the social worker and get a tour of like labor and delivery, and they just showed me the rooms. I was gonna ask to see like the pool room, but I totally forgot. But because they have like a separate room with like a larger jacuzzi pool sort of thing that you can labor in, but it's not a like a delivery room. It's just a separate room that they have that in. But anyways, they showed me the room I'd probably be delivering in. They living rooms are nice, fairly big. They showed me my postpartum room, and where the parents would be given a room, and we'll be like right next to each other, so that's awesome. I missed one very key point. So they did the ultrasound, and usually I ask them like, how big is the baby measuring, or la la la, you know, but I didn't think about it. And so after my doctor had finished doing the check, I asked him if he happened to know. I know that ultrasounds can be off. I know that they can be off by a few ounces to like a pound, depending on the tech and how the baby's positioned and all of that. In my personal experience, all of my measurements have been like pretty spot on, like within a couple ounces. So today they told me that he is measuring about 7.5 pounds. Like the smallest measurement I think they got on him today was like 7.2. I'm only 36 weeks, and I think the common thought is that they grow anywhere from 0.5 pound to 1 pound a week the last 4 weeks. So I mean, that's a pretty big baby. Even if he only goes 0.5 pound a week, that's 9 pounds, 9.5 pounds. Cody was 8'14", so I know I can have a big baby, but I was just hoping for a nice little like push out a full term 7-pound baby, you know, like I wanted to deliver him at the size he is right now, but that's apparently not going to happen. The mom had her baby today, and she's doing well. I don't want to give really too much information or anything out, but healthy little girl, and she was born by C-section, and she was like a little over 6 pounds. So yeah, so he has a older sister and a little tiny sister waiting for him, so now it's just up to him and see when he's coming. Bye.